Now, I also want to ask you a question about me,
Okay.
babe. And I didn't want to sit by you because I don't want you to feel like you gotta, like my energy may throw you off. I want you to be 100% honest, babe.
Okay.
Because I need to know, do you feel pressured into doing these, I guess, filming these episodes on this platform by me? Is it something that you want to do? Is it something that you might feel like you want to take a break from? I want you to give me a real answer, darling.
If you ask me to be honest,
Yes.
when it comes to being in front of a camera, I feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
So, because I'm not used to doing this. Don't get me wrong, I'm loosening up a little bit now. Mm-hmm. Initially, I had a problem because I felt that when you get in front of a camera, you have to look and act a certain way. Mm-hmm. That you have to prepare so that while you're on camera, people could perceive you in a certain way. And a lot of times I felt that if you were to take me and prepare me for the camera, whatever you prepare for me might rob or take away my identity.
Mm-hmm. But hold on now, Tom, because I'm the biggest supporter of your identity.
Right.
And I always tell you, I don't even like you to practice. I like you to just come off the cuff because I always tell you, you're the greatest when you are spontaneous, when you are just speaking from your heart and coming off the top of your head.
Right.
So what do you mean by that now?
What I mean is that whenever I seen people in front of cameras, majority of the times I felt that the cameras, or them knowing that America is watching them, made them feel as if they had to be the best of who they were.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad you said that because now I want to ask you this. We had in fact, it's up here because I put it on YouTube. We had did a impromptu little video when we were in the bed. And a lot of people thought you were sleeping, but you weren't sleeping. You knew I was about to film you. I said, babe, let's film something so the people could just see us at our authentic self, which was huge for me because I had on a scarf wrapped around my head, a bonnet, and no makeup, no lad, nothing. I was just raw. Never did that before in my life. But I felt so comfortable in my skin with you because you always tell me how beautiful I am and you love me and I'm not trying to impress nobody. So I'm like, well, I'll just do it. Cause I think we was having I don't know why I started filming, but we were having a conversation and it was so good. I wanted you to, elaborate on it. And before I put the camera on you, I said, babe, I'm gonna film it. And you said, okay, go ahead. How did you feel in that moment?
Initially, I wasn't with it. Cause I'm a very private person. Mm-hmm. So for me, the bedroom is even more private. Mm-hmm. So me being in bed with my wife and you filming me made me feel uncomfortable. But I felt that it was an honest, realistic, and raw moment. Mm-hmm. And we were very happy because at that time we, was going to parks and we was doing little videos and we was doing little things, speaking to people. And we was showing people us in a lot of places where there was nature and beauty, water, all the elements. So while doing it, I realized that although the bedroom for me is off limits, it's also a very natural place for people who are in harmony with each other. Mm-hmm. Okay. And one thing I gotta say, we have a harmony. Mm-hmm. And we have a very unique love. So under normal circumstances, that would have been a no-no. But with you, I really want to see where it will go.
Okay.
And I think you aced it.
Okay, well, thank you, babe. You're welcome. So I think that was when I was telling you about, babe, you know what? Our chemistry is so good that eventually we should do a relationship podcast and also maybe ultimately a reality show of some sort. But showing Black love in this positive state, but also from a different perspective because we're both from the streets.
Right.
So that's the element that we bring, you know what I mean, to the table, that we're not, you know, the normal civilians, you know what I mean? Because I watch a lot of those shows. And I'm not talking about the ratchet ones,
right,
but I'm talking about a lot of couple shows where both of the couples, you know, they might went to Ivy League colleges, right, and you know what I'm saying? They're both Black successful people. And I feel like our little dynamic is a bit different because we both did time and we changed our lives and just showing, you know, we still got a little edge to us. You know what I mean? We're always going to be really who we are at the core, but we're just greater versions of that. Right. You know what I mean? And I thought the world would like to see that. And I know that our dynamic together, because people comment on it, you know, they just love to see us together. So that's why I think where I was going with that, where I was like, oh, let's film, you know what I mean? I got into my like reality mode. Yes, darling?
I was going to say, initially, like, see, because, yo, you know me. For me, a lot of this is off limits. Mm-hmm. But I realized that we dealing with an audience. Mm. We dealing with and I don't know the ages of our audience, but I would say that many of them is probably in my age range and down. Mm-hmm. So I was saying to myself, like when I was incarcerated, we used to try to enlighten and help other people understand that their lives could be worse. So with whatever it is that you got at this moment, if you got a lemon, you make lemonade with it. But I realized that if we could reach people and help people make their households just as happy as ours, help people understand the relationship dynamic, help people realize that every problem isn't really a problem. We encounter problems so that we can handle them in a manner that help us manifest in a way that bring forth a positive solution. So my thing was, yeah, if we could use whatever platform we got to help other people help themselves have better relationships, understand their mates better, raise their children better, get a better understanding of things, why not?
Yeah, I agree. Not? And then, you know, people see us and they think it's all peachy and cream, but they don't know. we have our little, you know, ups, but it's not no big blowouts because we have great communication.
But it is big blowouts. Because when we get upset, we get upset. 75% of our anger we hold in, and 25% of it get out. So we are more disciplined because of love. Because it's funny, right? A lot of times when people say you've changed, human beings, we evolve. But who we were is there.
Yeah. So,
and usually it's emotions. People are made of like a combination of emotions that cause them to be who they are. Mm-hmm. You know, some of them explode, others melt down, others do, but we figured out a way to put love first.
Absolutely.
So my thing was
and space.
Because sometimes you be like, yo, I'm Mack Mama, I ain't having it. And I'm like, and I'm telling, I ain't having it. And we get on it. But guess what? I always say, never forget. Because you know what? I always think about those generals, those leaders, anybody that fought in wars. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times...
Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu, because he
But
loves to quote Sun
I
Tzu.
think about however they, like sometimes as human beings, we got the tendency to look at ourselves after we've won and not take into consideration the combination of things that actually aid and assisted us. Because if we did it by ourselves, we wouldn't win. So I always say the reason why I'm a winner is because I'm associated, I'm affiliated, and I'm married to a winner.
Oh shit! I didn't know where you was going with this. Okay. Yes.
You always say people, places, and things.
Yep.
You the right person.
Okay.
You got me in the right place.
That's right.
And we doing the right things.
Talk about it.
And that's what help us. I want to see you win and you want to see me win.
That's a fact.
And knowing that make me say that, yo, this woman, when she go to bed, I got to make sure she go to bed in love. And when she wake up, I got to make sure my wife is in love.
Aww.
Because I don't give a damn how much you running things out on the streets.
Uh-huh.
If your household ain't in order,
that's right.
If your wife ain't happy, if your kids ain't happy, if your family ain't happy, it's a problem.
That is true.
So with us, our household is what? Our sanctuary.
It's the sanctuary.
It's the sanctuary. We made an oath that when we in that house, no matter what's going on outside of it, is not coming in there.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you, us doing that, it helped us immensely.
It really did. Because you have a bad temper.
Yes, I do.
You do.
I do.
Because, this smooth demeanor, it's another side of you. And then I have a bad temper. So, two people that are explosive really are combustible. But with us, it's not like that, because one thing about me, I can speak for myself, is that when I'm mad, I just shut down.
Right.
I'm not going to say nothing I don't mean to the person that I love. And I think that that's one of the biggest advice I could tell people that are in relationships. Do not talk to your partner like you talk to somebody in the street.
Right.
Because that means that you've lost respect for them.
Right.
And remember, I used to always tell you, if I ever curse at you or talk to you crazy, I've lost respect.
That's right.
And I stand on that.
Okay.
And I have the utmost respect for you. Of course, I'm going to get mad at you sometimes or whatever, but it never makes me come out of my character. Now, with you, on the other hand, when you get mad, you might say something that you don't mean. And that is something I want you to work on, babe.
Okay.
Because I think it's because you're not used to dealing with emotions like this. And I get it. And that's why I understand you, because I know that this is not nothing that's, this is kind of new for you. Although, you was in relationships before, but me and your relationship is just a different level. You know what I mean? And I
remember,
know.
I came from a male-fueled environment.
Mm-hmm.
And prison is an atmosphere that, because men have been taken to that gate and stripped of everything, they always look for somebody to blame. So when they take everything from you and the only thing you have left is your manhood, if it's a person that don't really, even a guy who is strong could fall weak. Because when you get stripped and you ain't nothing but a number, and you got to come in here being a nobody when you probably was somebody, and you got to start from ground zero, a lot of times we lie to each other. So men got the tendency, we become chauvinistic, because a lot of guys, we talk negative about women. A lot of guys don't trust. A lot of guys lack confidence. And we wear masks. So a lot of times unfortunately, women end up getting with somebody who might just be the best performer in prison.
Because you was a performer for 2 years. We didn't have one argument.
Not one.
I was in cloud 9 for 2 whole years.
Yes.
But that 3rd year is when I found out who you really were.
Yeah. And I had to give you 2 good years to find out who you really was. Because even though we was partners in them streets, and I felt that I understood you, I understood a surface part of you.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew you was intelligent because we had so many conversations. I always knew you had a lot of love in your heart because you treat the people you got love for really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I never knew what it would be like being in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I always perceived you as being combustible or explosive.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to myself, she's my type of woman, but she's not.
Mm-hmm.
But it was from the male ego. I felt I might not could control her. That meant a lot, especially to a 60s baby.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've evolved, it's not about control.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basically about how could I love her? How could I free her? And she knows that, even though I'm free, this is where I prefer to be. How can I, baby?
I conformed a lot though for you, babe.
Oh, baby.
I conformed.
The girl you was is not this girl that I married. Because, girl, you definitely conformed.
Yes.
I'll give that to you.
Over the years,
yes,
the 3
really,
years
really
we've been
did.
together, I've transformed. And I'm happy I did it. I always tell you that you made me a better person. Because I was a party girl, still holding on to my youth.
Yep.
Still out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you sat my ass down from prison. And nobody could believe it. And people could invite me everywhere, trips, this, that. And I'm like, nope, I'm waiting for my husband to come home. He'll be home any day. And with doing that, I met, like how you said, you met your real self, you met you. I met me in the house every day. And I made you my world, but I was happy about that because that's all that mattered to me.
Right.
Is just doing the bid with you.
True.
I always tell people I'm doing the bid right now.
Yeah.
But like people like, yo, you going out? Nah, I'm doing the bid right now.
You was
I'm with my
incarcerated.
baby. I was incarcerated.
Really
I stayed in the house every day because I wanted you to feel that I was in it with you. You know what I mean? And you did, right, babe?
And I'm happy you sacrificed.
Yeah.
Because that showed me how much you love me.
Yeah.
And how much you care.
Remember when I was going to move to Atlanta?
Yeah.
And once you expressed that you didn't want me to go, immediately I just stopped. The old me would
I
have
put my foot down on that one.
You did put your foot, but you really didn't put your foot down like how you could have put your foot down. You kind of like, that was when I first started seeing your real personality.
Right.
Because you just had an attitude, and I was like, wait a minute, maybe he's mad and doesn't want me to move. And then I asked you, because you didn't directly say, nah, don't move. You just was kind of like acting funny.
Right.
And then I was like, babe, you mad because I'm moving to Atlanta? And then you explained, yourself that you just felt like it wasn't the time for me to do that because...
And I understood that you wanted to go down there and get a property. That was understandable. But I wasn't allowing you to stay down there where you could get comfortable down there where I was your husband. So basically that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was just because I knew one thing about you, when you put your mind to something, you like seeing it through.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if she get down there and her and her friends, you're doing the businesses and doing all that stuff, I said, she's going to love me. She's going to visit me. But she could become so fixated in her work that no matter what I say over the phone, over the emails and letters, could really affect her the way I affect her right now while I got her here. I'm walking out these doors one day, because one thing, even though I didn't I couldn't say for sure I was going to leave, but I knew my case. And I knew I've changed. And I knew I worked for that shit. Excuse the curse, my profanity, but I knew I worked for it. And I said to myself, I'm going to walk out these doors in this jail right here and walk right into that car that my wife be coming up here that I be seeing all the time. I said, and sure enough.
And sure enough, you did it, baby.
Thank God. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
but I
love.
believed you. Everybody thought I was batshit crazy.
Even me. You made me believe that I'm getting out.
Yeah.
I'm really, really getting out.
That's right.
Because I used to be like, yo, listen, babe. It's an iffy situation.
I spoke it to the universe.
You spoke it to the
I started buying you clothes 3 years ago. Stockpiling. I'm talking about spending big money, $37.50 for Cartiers. People was like, what are you doing? This man got 5 life sentences. Nah, he coming home. This for his birthday, this for Christmas. The next birthday, the next Christmas, still getting you gifts. The next birthday, the next Christmas, still getting you gifts, making sure you was straight. So when you came home, because in my mind, it was no doubt you was coming home, I didn't want you to want for nothing. And look.
And I got faith in God. But it was your faith in God and in me that made me say, you know what? You really don't got faith. Because if you had the faith she got, your ass would be walking out this door. You made me pray more than I ever prayed in my life.
And remember I kept saying, babe, send your stuff home. Yeah. And you were still holding on to stuff. I was like, send the pictures, send the important paperwork, this and that. And look, when he came home, y'all, 4 officers had to escort that man to my car with all them papers and... Oh, God, it's such a struggle. Sometimes, listen, ladies, if you got a man that did a lot of time, you come home, sometimes you're going to have to realize he's attached to some of that jail stuff, you know, and it's not going to be easy to get him to acclimate to being home right away. Because my baby still came home with them little makeshift glass holders. I got him 2 electric toothbrushes. He still want to use regular toothbrushes. It's just like a lot of little stuff that he has to, you know, kind of get out of your system. You've been in there 28 years. And that was your life. That was the society. Because not just because you was incarcerated, that was still a society.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? You had your own life, your own things going on. You woke up 6 o'clock in the morning, went to work every day. You know what I mean? 5 o'clock. You know, you did your thing in there. You created. Listen, I don't want to go too far because I'll go into a whole bunch of stuff that I really want to save for when I interview you. Okay. And when I talk about, you know, what life was like behind bars. Right. Because a lot of people just skim over that. It's like, oh, he did 28 years, he's home. Nah, 28 years, he had a life. And I want to discuss that, but we'll talk about that on the interview. Listen, babe, I'm so happy I got over here and sat over here because I think you gave me more when you was looking at me opposed to me sitting next to you. This was really good. I love you so much. Thank you for having patience, babe. This is going to pay you up, I promise you. Tyler Perry, if you listening, wait, let me put something in the universe. You know I'm a universe person. Tyler Perry, if you listening, if you happen to run across this video, my baby would be so good in your movies. Plus, he got his own story, and I don't know who. We're going to do a bidding war for that story because it's really a great deep dive into Brooklyn culture from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the real Brooklyn. And I think that there's a lot of people that can do it, but I love Tyler Perry. And I just think that the direction you're going in is more aligned with him. He's so positive. So Tyler Perry, I'm putting this in the universe.
Tyler Perry too. He's extremely
but you're a great actor too. Because
I don't think so.
Yeah, you know why I know you're an actor? Because you got your memory. That's all what acting is. All you can read a script and memorize it.
I mainly talk about Machiavelli.
Okay.
Sun Tzu.
Yes.
Miyamoto Musashi.
Yes.
Clausewitz.
Yep.
Those type of...
I can't even pronounce some of this stuff you say, but you be quoting everything from. I'm talking about paragraphs. That's how I know you can act because your memorization is on par, and that's what it's all about. And you know, you don't have to do no roles that's far from your demeanor, but you got such an ill demeanor. I can see you being a lead actor in one of his movies.
Getting me excited.
I'm getting excited too. Because I want to be behind the scenes and I want to be writing on the show. Because, Tyler Perry, I'm an author and I write. So, Mack Mama, his wife. I want to be on the scene because I don't like the comments. See, that's the thing that drives me crazy. If they start calling me fat and, just stuff like that, I can't do it. I'm a behind the scenes girl now.
It ain't nothing fat about you, beautiful.
Oh,
Stop. Matter of fact, come over here, woman.
Okay.
Come over.
And then we gonna wrap it.
Come over here.
I love you.
Look at my beautiful wife.
Thank you.
This is my girl. This is my baby right here.
Don't my booty, baby. All right, listen, y'all gotta like, subscribe, notify, and go to our Instagram page too, which is Walter King Tut Johnson.
Yo, we love y'all, and keep it positive.
That's right.
That's right.
Love and positivity.
That's right.
I love you, baby.